Hello and welcome back to another Firestorm Games unboxing video. This time we're taking a look at one of the new releases for Team Yankee, which is the M163 or the M901 Platoon kit. Now on the front here we have some examples of the two variants that you can actually construct from this kit there. And flipping this over on the back, we get a short kind of assembly guide, which tells you how to assemble both the M163 and also the M901 there. And it also says what we get in the contents as well. So let's open this box up and take a look at the contents inside. So inside the set we get the following. First of all, we get 8 resin heads that you can just use to pop outside the copula for one of the vehicles there. We also get a transfer sheet which comes with a number of unit and vehicle markings like you can see there. We also get these kind of platoon cards as well. Now these kind of detail exactly the special rules, how the platoons are constructed. Also details the stats for the vehicles as well, as you can see there. Now this set actually comes with 2 M901 cards, as you can see here, and one M163 card. This is because the platoons that you can make, the M901s, are actually maximum of 2 vehicles platoon, and there's 4 vehicles in the set, so you can field 2 platoons. So next we have some sprues. Now in this set you actually get 4 of each of these 3 sprues. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on these and get a close look at the components on them. So the first sprue that we have features all of the main components that go into making the vehicles. As you can see here, we've got the tank treads there, and these are kind of one single piece items you can just see there. Just stick them straight onto the sides of the main body piece which we've got here. The top sections of the chassis are really nicely detailed. As you can see, we've got a couple of options there. You can see here we've got things like the grills and also the stowage for the equipment as well. The next sprue is another of the standard M113 sprues. Now this contains a number of different weapons, as well as a few extra components that you actually need to use on this particular kit. So a lot of the weapons that you see here we don't actually need to use, such as the 50 cal there, and also the kind of the lighter machine guns there. So from this sprue, really the only things you need to worry about are the side skirts there, and also I think there's a rear panel on this as well. So overall there's not really too much. You end up with quite a lot of spare parts from this particular sprue, which is great because you can use them on other kits, or you can use them for battlefield debris, for example. So the final sprue that we have is the M163 M901 upgrade sprue. Now this features all the components specific to this particular kit. Now you can see here we've got the anti-aircraft gun there. It's kind of one single part. We've got a few extra components that we can glue on to create the copula. The rest is used to create the kind of tow missile there, you can see there as well. Also get a customized chassis for one of the vehicles as well, very much the same kind of light as the ones on the basic sprue. And we also get these side armor plates as well. All these are really nicely detailed. The plastic's quite nice quality as well. The sprue is a little bit flimsy, but the actual components themselves are really nice and kind of strong and rigid. So now that we've looked at all the components, let's get some of these tanks assembled and take a look at how they look built. So here we have some examples of the assembled miniatures. Now they took around about an hour to assemble from start to finish. Whilst the instructions weren't super clear, they don't really feature any components, items or numberings. It was quite difficult to find some particular components sometimes. Apart from that though, all of the actual pieces fitted together really nicely. There wasn't really much in the way of mold lines either. Everything was very quite easy to clean up and glue together. So another one of the things I want to point out for this kit is how nicely detailed it is, especially for a 1/100 scale kit. Now if I just point out the anti-aircraft gun, if you look at all of the individual barrels on that minigun, it's really nicely kind of defined and picked out. Another thing that's an interesting feature about this particular kit is that the actual turrets would work really well for magnetizing. Beneath each of the turrets there's a small cavity that you can actually place a magnet in there and place one into the chassis, and you could kind of swap them out quite easily. So now that we've looked at the assembled miniatures, let's zoom out and get an overall summary for this kit. So that concludes our review of the M163 VADS or M901 ITV Platoon kit. Overall, very nice kit indeed. Assembly was quite easy on these miniatures, kind of disregarding the small kind of hiccup when it came to following the assembly guides. Apart from that, the miniatures are really nice from this kit, especially considering their 1/100 scale as well. Now, one thing I do want to point out is just how many kind of extra components you get on these kits. Now, if I just bring in one of the sprues. Now, this is a sprue which has actually had the components removed from it. You can see we've removed 2 components there. And these are all the extra components that you get just on this one sprue. So you actually get quite a lot extra. You can use these for, as I've already mentioned, you can use them for extra vehicles conversions, or you could use them as battlefield debris, for example. So you really get quite a lot like extra bits after assembling this kit. Now, if you wanted to pick one of these kits up yourself, you can do so by heading over to the Firestorm Games web store. I'll pop a link to the description in there. Now, the normal retail price for these guys is £24. However, you can pick them up over at Firestorm Games for £21.60. So that concludes this review. If you enjoyed this and would like to see more kind of Team Yankee unboxings, please let us know in the comments. And also subscribe to be kept up to date with our latest videos. So, until next time, thanks for watching, and goodbye.